Houston Rockets just proved that they are still NBA championship contenders with just one singular stretch last night against the Hornets. And usually against the Hornets, it's like, oh, it's the Hornets. But this Hornets team has been a top 5 offense in pretty much every statistical category over the last month and a half of the season. And for a 10-minute stretch last night, the Houston Rockets completely suffocated them. They are long, athletic, great defensively, and that was their calling card until a little bit before the All-Star break. Things started sputtering, then the KD files got leaked, and things went nuts. But I think after last night, they've proved that they are still contenders. And KD came out of the All-Star break on another level. The dude was a monster all night long, finished with 35 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 stocks in 36 minutes. And to be fair, the Hornets have no perimeter stopper to really counter KD, but he was doing whatever he wanted. It looked effortless out there. Every bucket was pure. Even that one, they thought he stepped out of bounds. Doesn't matter, just gets to his spot. And then right here, I mean, this is unfair. Going downhill at Ryan Kalkbrenner off this little screen here from Capella. He gets Sion chasing over the top, so he just gets to his spot. That's an incredibly contested shot, and it just doesn't matter. He hits it. He was 14 for 20 last night from the field, 70% on 35 points. I mean, that is as efficient as they come for the most gifted scorer to ever touch a basketball. Here he is again, just curling the screen, getting right downhill, and actually getting into Ryan Kalkbrenner and finishing that layup, averaging 26 a game this year with 5.3 rebounds and 4.4 assists, shooting 51% from the field and 40% from 3 on 5.3 attempts per night. Here he is in the corner again, knocking down the 3 ball, then coming off the screen, getting to his spot in the empty side. And I love this, what Ime Udoka was able to do here, getting him the ball going towards that empty side. So it's going to be a pick and roll from Capella, everybody else on the other side, and he's attacking PJ Hall and Tijon Salon. I'm a Hornets fan, but that's exactly who you want to be attacking if you're Kevin Durant right there. And then once again, just pulling up over Grant Williams. He was the closer last night, effectively shut this one down by himself. A pull-up jumper in transition to put it to an 8-point game with 2 minutes left. Hornets battle back to within 3, and then just the dagger right there, and knocks down the dagger free throws as well. Dude was hooping. Now, the Rockets, like I said, the real reason they're dangerous, check this out. They're down 8, 7 minutes left in the second quarter. They proceed to go on a 14-0 run led by some absolute clamps, and it's because they can switch everything. So Jay-Sean switches then to Tari, then Tari switches back to Jay-Sean, and they've got LaMelo in a box forcing a tough contested mid-range. And it's because they've got so much length. I mean, 7'2" wingspan, 7-foot wingspan for a mid, 7'1" wingspan for Jabari. KD 7 foot with like a reported 7'5" wingspan, and then DFS is 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan. They have a ton of wings. That's not even including Jayshawn Tate. Right here, Tari fights through the screen as Alpren plays drop coverage and then recovers to Kalkbrenner, and then he's going to come off this little curl. Just airtight right here as KD comes off the pin down for Khan. Khan's going to drive and actually make a heck of a play, but that is still great defense. That was the only point scored during this run here that got the Rockets the lead. And then they're switching everything. I mean, watch this. It's a back screen. DFS is going to switch it with KD, and then KD is going to switch this again. 1 through 5 with this lineup. That is a nasty lineup because there's no big out there. They're all just big wings. Brandon finally gets the ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock and just has nowhere to go and has to force up a shot. Then same thing right here. Same lineup out there. They're switching everything. Jabari switches on. Another screen off the ball. DFS switches on. Another screen. KD switches on. Jumps it. And then we're going the other way for a tie ball game as he finds Jabari Smith Jr. for the dunk in transition. Then once again, the same lineup out here. This is a filthy lineup. I mean, you're going from a 7-footer in KD to a guy that's 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan and is nasty on the defensive end, and Brandon just has no chance. I mean, he pulls up a little short. Honestly, not the worst shot in the world. Then right here, once again, you're switching from Jabari, who's 6'11" with a 7'1" wingspan, to DFS at 6'7" with that 7-foot wingspan, and you're not really getting anywhere if you're Brandon Miller or really any of the Hornets. You don't want Tijon Salon being the guy creating your offense. As of right now, he can still develop, but it leads to a Brandon Miller airball that wasn't even close. Then right here for Trey Mann, I mean, poor guy, he gets switched. Amin Thompson just absolutely blitzes the screen, so it's the 6'8" Eason switching with the 6'7" a Min who has a 7-foot wingspan, and then he just harasses Trey Mann for the remainder of this possession, again getting deep into the shot clock, and then all of a sudden the Rockets have the lead and they would never really look back. Alperen Sengun was solid last night, coming off of his All-Star appearance. Wasn't, great by any means. He had 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks, but he was decent. I mean, he got to spots, was able to isolate against Kalkbrenner a few times, and get downhill with Moussa Diabate out. Right here, they get him into kind of the opposite of what we saw earlier when we had an empty side for KD. They're going to try it, but the Hornets just push KD out, so now it's just an empty side ISO for Sengun, and he just spins on Kalkbrenner and gets the lefty or the righty hook to go, also a very willing passer, has been for the majority of his career. He's averaging 20.7 points per game, 9.4 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 2.4 stocks in 34 minutes a night, shooting 50% from the field and 30% from 3 as the low post presence here. Beautiful move right there. I mean, that is slick for this Rockets team. And then just the patience here. Ball gets knocked out of his hands. He doesn't panic. He picks it up, looks off Salon, and then gets right back to work deep into the shot clock here and finishes it with that right-handed hook. Now, if you made it this far in the video, obviously like something, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, 93% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed. If that's you, let's go ahead and fix that. Then let's take a look at Jabari Smith Jr. here, who I don't know what happened. I don't know if the KD files are true or not, but JSJ averaging 15 and 7 with 2 assists and 2 stocks in 35 minutes, shooting 44% from the field and 36% from 3 on 6.2 attempts per game. Here he is right here, just crashing the glass. Give me that with no regard for human life. Almost kills Brandon Miller. Nice little action here, little rip screen action for KD for the 3. Instead, Jabari just takes it himself, attacks Grant Williams and Kalkbrenner getting downhill, finishes the and one as Khan gets him at the top there and knocks it down. Then also the 3-ball here as well. He had a pretty good game last night. Reed Shepherd is another guy that is starting to heat back up from 3. He was shooting like 43, 44% early in the year, then went on a massive slump all the way into the All-Star break. Now he's back a little bit, 12.7 points a game, 3 assists, 2.6 rebounds, and 2 stocks in 25 minutes a game for Reed this year. 43% shooting from the field, 39% from 3 for him, and he's a pure scorer. He never really developed into what they were hoping he would be this year, and I was kind of baffled that the Rockets made no moves at the deadline to bring in a point guard to help with that half-court offense. They were kind of thinking Reed would develop into what Fred VanVleet is, setting others up in the half court, but he's just a pure scorer. That's what he does, is score. He's not really a facilitator. Neither is really a Min, who when he gets downhill is just a pure scorer, and he's tough to stop, as well as being obviously a fantastic defender. On the year, Min's averaging almost 18 a game with 7.6 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 2 stocks in 37 minutes a night, shooting 51% from the field and 21% from 3 on 2 attempts per game. But yeah, neither one of them really developed into that half-court creator that they thought they were going to be. Dorian Finney-Smith played a good game last night, hit a 3 here, was playing well off of him in early, a little pass and then get it back. T-Sean fell down and he gets the reverse layup to go. Jae'Sean Tate was solid as well, knocking down this corner 3 here, which he doesn't do often, and then right here just getting into that mid-post area, getting into the paint and finishing this on the short roll. Tari Eason was good as well. Nice reverse dunk here. But yeah, the Rockets look good. I think they're still in contention. You let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, though. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.